You eat 'em then.
Ah, come on, it's not like you to look a gift horse.
There's a lot not like me. What do you want?
What do you mean? I've just come round to see me old mum, ain't I? I mean, we don't want you dying off without us knowing about it. Not like old Reggie, do we?
Fat chance. At least he had a bit of privacy.
You wouldn't think a thing like that could happen round here, would you, Ma? I mean, it's getting like that estate. You want to watch out for yourself.
I am watching out.
Former EastEnders star Bobby Davro is set for a triumphant return to comedy at the Edinburgh Fringe following a harrowing health scare earlier this year. After recovering from a minor stroke, Davro, 65, is ready to bring laughter back to the stage with his new show, Everything is Funny If You Can Laugh at It. After a terrible health crisis, an EastEnders star is set to make a major comeback. Following a terrible health scare in January, comedian Bobby Davro, a former favorite on EastEnders, is scheduled to make a comeback to the stage at the Edinburgh Fringe. After disappearing from the public eye since January, a former EastEnder is about to make a comeback in show business. Famous for his role as Vinnie Monks in the BBC One serial opera, Bobby Davro, an actor, had a scary health crisis at the beginning of the year and has spent the last 4 months rehabilitating at home after being admitted to the hospital. Bobby, 65, is now prepared to step back into the limelight and will be performing at the Edinburgh Fringe with a brand new comedy show. The Sun reports that the program, titled Everything is Funny If You Can Laugh at It, will run from August 2nd to August 25th. I decided to return this year and complete the route because the gigs in Edinburgh last summer left me feeling really laugh-prone. I want to demonstrate 2 things: everything is hilarious if it makes you laugh, and you're never too old for a good joke. Come along if you enjoy laughing, and remember that if you're in the front lines, you're in the punchline. I'll see you in August," stated Bobby. The 65-year-old actor fainted during a comedy event in January and then experienced a mild stroke. After learning that his blood pressure was dangerously high and that the stroke had left him slurring, he has acknowledged that the health concern was a wake-up call. On January 18th, at the Colston Comedy Club in South London, he passed away. After finishing her act, the former EastEnder was met with a standing ovation from the sold-out crowd. Then Bobby called off all of his public appearances. The celebrity's health issues stem from the May 2023 loss of his longtime partner Vicky Wright. Vicky, the deceased football player Billy Wright's daughter, received a pancreatic cancer diagnosis. He discussed Vicky's resilience during her sickness and how it impacted his profession back in September. "It was very difficult, it cost me my pantomime career," he stated on Talk TV, detailing the difficulties he had juggling work and taking care of Vicky. "Making people laugh and going out there to work is my medicine, so even though I was late twice, I didn't miss a show and I worked perhaps better than I had ever worked before. I get upset when I'm not working, therefore I need that. I was very hurt by my workplace's lack of support, they showed me absolutely no concern," he claimed. 13 major spoilers for next week's episode of EastEnders. What's happening in Walford soon? Next week on EastEnders, Whitney gives birth, George meets his son Junior in person, and Nugget becomes entangled in Denzel's steroid narrative. Here is a comprehensive list of the most significant upcoming events. 1. The Knights become alarmed when Elaine returns to the Vic and are discouraged when George appears unaffected by her departure. Soon after, Cindy appears and says that George is prepared to fight despite his prognosis, which sends his family into a tailspin. Gina attempts to use blackmail to get George to back down, but he refuses to give in. 2. George and his son get back together. Anna consoles Elaine, who is still inconsolable about George. Anna, resolute to take action, tries at the last minute to break up the quarrel and leaves her brother Junior with a message. Later on, George chooses to end the battle after meeting Junior face-to-face and is taken aback. 3. Amy takes a major choice. Amy grows envious of the developing bond between Denzel and influencer Ebony. Amy confides in Penny after deciding to sleep with Denzel, but Penny advises her to wait until she's ready. Amy requests to spend some time alone with Denzel upstairs at Denzel's party. 4. Bianca has left Whitney enraged. In order to get things for Whitney's wedding, Bianca asks Brittany for assistance. After Bianca is unable to negotiate a better price with the market vendors, Brittany quickly reverts to her previous behavior. Bianca and Brittany's efforts have thrilled Whitney, and the 3 of them share a touching moment while Whitney tries on her wedding gown. When Brittany unintentionally divulges information about her and Bianca's previous shenanigans, the joyous occasion is spoiled. Bianca's willingness to let Brittany steal has infuriated Whitney. She commands Bianca to leave her life and abdicates her of her maid of honor responsibilities. 5. Tommy serves as a matchmaker when Alfie's hormone therapy comes to a conclusion. Kat throws a celebratory dinner for him and the boys at Walford East. Tommy asks Alfie whether he wants to reunite with Kat after observing his behavior toward her during the meal. Tommy tries to act as a matchmaker between his parents after realizing he might be correct and brings the twins home. 6. Lauren battles keeping her secret when Lauren gets to Whitney's. She saves the day by finding her buddy a hen-do attire. When Whitney asks Lauren to be the maid of honor after their falling out, Lauren is shocked. Although Lauren agrees, it's obvious that she and Zach are still overcome with remorse. 7. Yolanda and Patrick decide how to leave. Levi reassures Yolanda that her inquiry won't be stalled, so she chooses to take a vacation with Patrick. Denzel has other plans, despite Yolanda's assurance that Denise or Chelsea will move in with him while they are abroad. Later, he begs Yolanda for permission to demonstrate that he can be relied upon to support himself. 8. Amy is heartbroken. Denzel tries to sleep with Amy, but due to the steroids, Denzel has trouble. Denzel tries to hide his humiliation from Amy, insulting her in the process, while she tries to console him about what transpired. Nugget tries to cheer Amy up when he finds her in McClunky's, but he misjudges the situation and tries to kiss her. Penny takes Amy's later stillness for flirtation, but when she realizes how sad Amy is, she starts to worry. 9. Bianca meets a new romantic partner. Junior feels uncomfortable at the Vic and makes up an excuse to leave. After arriving at Peggy's, he encounters Bianca. Before long, the two are returning to Bianca's, where they share a bed. 10. Bianca issues a directive to Lauren. Whitney and Zach's stand-do is today, and Walford people are getting ready to dress up to honor the happy couple. Whitney gets irritated that Lauren is portrayed as a saint but still hasn't forgiven Bianca. Bianca, tired of all the falsehoods, gives Lauren a deadline. Either she informs Whitney that she had an affair with Zach, or Bianca will. 11. Nugget discovers some harsh realities. Penny argues that talking is the solution, but she still asks that Amy hold Denzel and Nugget responsible for their actions. Denzel ends his relationship with Amy after Nugget tells him he kissed her. After that, Nugget receives some harsh reality from Amy, which makes him question his friendships. 12. Whitney gives birth. Lauren tries to tell Whitney about her concerns about Zach, but she changes her mind at the last minute, under pressure from Bianca. Bianca shows up to comfort Whitney, thinking the truth would have come to light by now, but Penny steps in. Under false pretenses, Penny entices Lauren and Whitney into the taco van and locks them inside. Lauren is about to spill the beans to her buddies, and just as they become heated, Whitney's water suddenly breaks. 13. Nugget takes a troubling choice. Following an embarrassing encounter with Ebony and a run-in with Penny, Nugget keeps questioning his friendships. Later, erroneously believing that steroids will solve his problems, he begs Denzel to give him some. Please subscribe our channel.